it's Young and Crafty here, and here's our first video blog post. Today we're going to be cooking. This is straight for Toulouse here because she said she can't cook a healthy meal on a budget and still keep it with fresh vegetables and everything. So here's it for you and everybody else who wants to learn how to cook a nice stir fry. Today we're cooking a scallop stir fry using scallops that we've bought at the store along with some nice fresh vegetables that are already cut up. We're going to be using some different spices as well here today. We're going to be using some olive oil, which isn't really a spice, but it's an oil. We're going to be using some teriyaki sauce for some flavor. We're going to be using some garlic powder, some parsley flakes, some oregano leaves, and of course the staple salt and pepper. What we have is bay scallops today, and some people are a little wary of getting seafood because they think that it's going to make their kitchen smell, it's going to make them smell. They just don't really want to deal with it. Scallops are from a mussel or a clam, some sort of shell. I'm not quite sure, but it's okay. And you have to be very careful with them because if you don't cook them right, you can get sick. But if you get the regular ones from the store that are vacuum sealed and cook them correctly, you'll be all set. You can follow the directions on either the back of the package, which gives you three different options. You can microwave them, you can stovetop them, or you can cook them in your oven. I like to cook them on the stovetop here because I like to get a nice brown flavor to them. We have already started cooking because it does take a little bit of time and we only have 10 minutes. We already carved up our vegetables. What we have is some nice green leafy kale. Kale here, when you look at it, it's in season all year round, but what you want to do is you want to get a nice deep green purple leaf. The deeper the green, the more vitamins it has to it, so the more punch you're going to get for eating these. We also have broccoli. Broccoli is wonderful, wonderful cancer fighter food. I put it in almost everything because I like the flavor, and I really like the way it has a nice crunch to it. I could eat it like raw, or you throw it in vegetables, in your meals like this, and you're going to be absolutely okay. We also have some shiitake mushrooms. I know most people don't like mushrooms, but what they're thinking when they talk of mushrooms are the regular button mushrooms or the white caps. Those have a very meaty flavor to them, and those are the ones people associate mostly when they think about mushrooms. The shiitake mushroom is a little bit different. It's much bigger, and it's got a really deep earthy flavor to it. So it's going to add a lot to our seafood because we're going to have the seafood and the earth flavors, and it's going to be really nice. We also have some carrot chips here in a bag. I like to buy them in a bag, but you can buy them fresh and cut them up yourself. You can even grow them in your garden if you have some in your garden. It's alright that way too. The reason why I get these is because I use carrots so often in different meals that in order to clean them off and cut them up, I'd have to do it every single day. So I get these ones so I can skip that step and go straight on to just throwing them into my pot. We also have some corn. Yes, the corn is in a can because corn isn't in season right now in my area in New Hampshire. So I had to get the canned corn, which is just okay. The reason why people have a tendency to not get canned foods is mostly because they believe that it's not going to have the same nutritional value as fresh vegetables, which is true, but it's not as bad as people think. You're not going to lose all your vitamins. The reason you're going to lose all your vitamins is if you don't eat them at all. So buy canned if you can't get the fresh vegetables, and don't worry about it. You're still going to get vegetables, and you're not going to lose it as much as not eating it at all. You will get vitamin A's and vitamin C's and vitamin D's all from it. Um, so don't worry too much about that. And we're going to pause this now as we take a look at our seafood.